Thank you so much. All right, cool. We're going to get started right now. How is everybody doing? Hope you're having an incredible day. Let me know in the chat box where you guys are calling in from, what city, what state, what country are you guys calling in from today? Let me know. I'm from London, or in London, from London, right? Where are you guys calling in from? London, okay. I'm surprised some of you guys are not saying international because some of you guys are globe trotting across the world. Fantastic. Birmingham, UK. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Well, listen, guys, I'm excited. I'm gonna get right into it. It's 5 past. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the call, to our Tuesday trading mastery calls. These calls are absolutely crucial. Um, for obvious reasons, because it's the call that we get a chance to get on as a team and really um discuss uh how this market can really transform your life, especially if you're someone that's new, if you're someone that is a developing trader right now in our community. If you're new, guys, if you've been here for less than a month, right? Please put a one in the chat. We want to welcome all of our new members. Please put a one in the chat if you've been here for less than a month. We want to make sure we welcome all of our new members to the family. We have a lot of new members that have joined all over the world, internationally. So welcome to every single one of you who has decided to make this your home. So guys, as the ones start flooding in, please go ahead and send your welcomes to our new members. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you all so much for trusting us to give you the experience that you need to grow financially in this market. All right. So we have some incredible training that's going to take place. But before we go into the more technical side, I want to touch on the mindset. I haven't really done like a trading mindset section in quite a while. So this is gonna tailor to all of you. If you're someone that is brand new in the market, if you're someone that is quite seasoned, if you're someone that has been around for a couple of years, please make sure that you are, taking notes. This is gonna help every single one of you to really grasp this concept. Now, when it comes down to trading, we actually have, I'm sure all of you have seen the major event that we are attending in Houston, Texas, May 23rd to 25th in Houston. Now, guys, on the 23rd, there's going to be a special education day. You don't want to miss that session. That's going to be a chance for you to learn directly from the educators who are amongst us, right? And Mr. Silver Surfer being one of the educators in the company, he will be there. All of the educators who are, educating our companies will be there on Education Day, answering questions, giving out games. And these are, I remember, like, guys, if you've been in this space for any amount of time, you would have remembered some of the conventions that we've attended in the past. And those education days are always packed. You know, people are there because, you learn online. Yeah, you learn online, but then when you get a chance to meet these same educators in person for the first time, it's a surreal feeling. And so really make sure that you're not only booking your ticket, you booked your flight ticket, your accommodations, you got your event tickets, but make sure your teams, right? We will be contacting a lot of the members right now in the next coming days to make sure everything is ready, booked for you to be in Houston for this event. It's going to be life changing. And whether you want to be a networker, whether you want to be a trader, or whether you want to do both, it's important that you're there in the room because your environment is going to, the environment is going to propel you to new heights, it's going to propel you to the next levels. All right. So make sure you prioritize the education day, May 23rd. The event is 23rd, 25th. Believe me, conventions are always a joy, right? It's like the Super Bowl. It's like the World Cup final, the Champions League final that Arsenal will not be in. I'm sorry, guys. I had to add that in. No, you know, if you guys follow football in the UK, my team are gonna win Europa League, right? You know who my team is, yeah? And so we'll talk about that another day. We'll talk about that another day. Well, Arsenal fans, I'm sorry. Okay, you know. But yeah, this is our final. This is our World Cup final. So please make sure you're in the room, May 23rd, 25th. All right, cool, amazing. Let's go into some mindset. Okay, I want to touch on a couple of things. Now, trading is a skill set. Okay, trading is not a lottery ticket. Okay, um, trading is a skill set that you have to acquire. It's a skill set that you have to actually decide to master to make the money that you want to make. Right? It's a skill set. There's several skills you can learn. There's several skills in life that you have to learn, and based upon how good you are at that skill, determines if you can actually execute that skill to earn and to basically live a better quality life. Okay. Now, I'm going to walk you guys through how to truly master your mindset when it comes to trading, because trading is 90%. And now's the time to start taking notes. Okay. I know this call is being recorded, but pretend it's not being recorded. Okay. You want to ensure, right, that you are understanding the principle that trading is 90% mindset and it's 10% practical. Don't put that in the chat. That would be amazing, right? Trading is 90% mindset, 10% practical. I'll say it one more time. Trading is 90% mindset, 10% practical. You guys with me? I'm going to make sure it's smooth. I remember doing a call. I always talk about this call. I remember doing this call that we had about a year ago, about a year or 2 years ago, right? And I had a meeting with somebody in Knightsbridge. We had the trading call that night. I think those times we were doing it on Thursday nights. So I went to the Mandarin Oriental Hotel, got a drink, sat down, and we're doing the call. And I remember saying some things in that call that the call wasn't recorded. And I was like, guys, we got to get to the next level. And I was very spirited, for lack of a better term, right? I was spirited. If you guys remember that call, put a one in the chat. Right? I was very spirited on that call. I was jolly on that call. I was very excited. And I was like, guys, we got to work. We got to, yeah. And I'm not, when it comes to trading or building a business, like, I don't like to be a manager. My leadership style, me and Katrina's leadership style, we don't like to lead through like some sort of like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. That's not how we lead, right? We lead with grace, because when we were coming up in our journey, whether as it pertains to trading or building a business, I had people that were gracious on me. My mentor David has had a lot of grace on me. All the mentors that I've worked, but what that conversation, I'm not saying that was what started it off, but we had several conversations as a team, and we decided that we're going to turn this thing up. And look at how far we've come as a community in the past 18 months. But guess what I believe? I believe we can get to another level. Someone put another level in the chat. I believe we imagine what we've done today, what we've done, right? This is the truth. When that call was taking place, things needed to be better in place. Now we've not only have our own educator in the platform who's doing an incredible job, we have people training, right? Apart from your Silver Surfer, then we've got Jermaine Smith, we've got Giselle Eastwood, we've got Christy Ramsey. We've got these individuals have been serving. I want you guys to put some 777s in the chat for these individuals I just mentioned, for these incredible friends of mine, incredible educators, Sylvia Io as well, of course. All these individuals have been serving and again, all of you have played a part. I'm just saying the people that are actually on the calls, teaching, training, right? You guys are valued. But imagine this. You see, our vision is so big, right? What does that group chat say? 1,000 active six-figure traders. That's a big vision. So when I say that today, this call will go down in history because we've got to turn it up another notch. We've got to turn it up another notch now. We've got to get to the next level. We can't be comfortable here. Yes, the group chat's popping. Yeah, people are making money. It's great. But you see me, you Katrina, you see these leaders, you see Sylvia, you see Bianca, you see Steph, you see these leaders that you see before you, where we see the next level. The next level is when this chat is so full, it will be over 1,000 people, and we'll have to police the group chat because there's 100 people joining every single day. There's 50 people joining every single day. And I've identified what we need to do psychologically in order to get ourselves to the next level. I've had a chat with loads of traders, loads of educators, and I've come to the conclusion that what we have to focus on is developing the psychology of our traders in our teams. Because trading is a skill set. Now we have to build it on solid ground. You see, as we're building our community, we built our community beautifully, but we have to continue to build it on a solid ground. As you're promoting this opportunity, as you're feeding information to your organizations, you want to stick with the theme of education over anything. Because we want people to graduate from the School of Forex. I was talking to a gentleman today who is a very highly esteemed trader.
That one,
He's made multiple six
what was
figures
it
in
called?
trading. He's made multiple six figures in trading. And this gentleman, we're having a conversation, just talking about life. And we're talking about the fact that if you needed someone to do brain surgery on you, would you pick the guy who was saying, "Oh yeah, I learned on YouTube, man. I learned from this guy on Instagram," or would you go to the guy that has learned the skill and has really applied himself through the education and has become sufficient to work on your brain? Let me know in the chat. Okay then. I said this on the Monday motivation point. We're not here to waste any time. Okay. There are windows of opportunities. The window of opportunity that all of us have in life. Whilst you're here in this opportunity, in this moment, you have the time to be on these calls. Listen, some of you, your lives are going to change. Things are going to come in. Things are going to happen. Life is going to, your time may be more limited. Now you have the time. Learn the skill. If someone can put into the chat, the trading chat, those videos from the videos you want to watch on the educational, what I'm talking about, right? The one from Richard Hall and the other ones, the pink flyer and the blue flyer. If someone can put that into the chat, into the trading, that'll be fantastic. If someone can even put it into the group chat, into this chat box somehow, Christy Lee, I'm sure you know how to do that. She's brilliant at that stuff. Let me know if you can do it. Yes. All right. That'll be in the chat momentarily. Videos. The videos. Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Giselle and Kristen are always on it, man. They're always on it. They're always on it. These two are always like robots. Um, so basically, we wanna we've got a foundation, we've got an incredible community, but now we want to get to the next level. We wanna really get to the next level. We want to create as many success stories as we can. Now I know that right now we're leading with the educational ideas, but I believe for us to have long-term success and long-term retention, we've got to focus on educating our teams more. That's why these sessions are so important. And you want to promote them to your organizations because this call every Tuesday is absolutely crucial to where to your future, to your actual life, like where you need to be financially. These calls are more than important. It's the app. Perfect, perfect. So we want to focus on keep pumping those signals, keep posting the results. Like we want to move every time you make money, post it in the chat. Yes, consistently, every day. Like post more, 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 more. We want the chat to be going crazy every minute. But whilst you're making money, if you're new right now and you're trading and making money, congratulations to you. But don't forget to actually learn how to trade yourself. We want you to become self-sufficient. When my son was a baby, well, he's not a baby anymore. He's definitely not a baby anymore. But when he was a brand new baby, he couldn't walk. He had to hold on to something to walk. Now he can walk by himself without having to hold on anything. This is the whole idea of why you joined this company. You joined this company to learn a skill where you can go and trade and make your own money whenever you want. That's why you joined this platform. So you're utilizing the signals to make money, but you really want to get to the point where you are now going through the process of learning. Of course, you're using the signal. Of course, you're taking Silver Surf. Silver Surf is the best trader in the company. He is the number one in the company. Put number one in the chat. I take his signals. We all take his signals. Visionary Trades, he's doing his thing. And Richard Hall is doing his thing. However, we want you guys to master the skill. You're paying a subscription monthly to learn the skill. And that is the focus primarily. Okay, it's 80%, 90% mindset, 10% practical, right? That mindset is you're learning the mindset that's required to become a superstar. Okay, a few more points and I'm going to close. Now, I want you to make sure you buy a book and make that your trading journal. I want you to all sit down with the person that actually brought you into this company and set up a trading plan. Have a trading plan. Don't just trade for the sake, oh, I want to trade today. That's not realistic. Get together. Exactly, Giselle. We done that. When Giselle started, we had a trading plan. She set up a trading plan and she was extremely profitable in her first month. Not because of me, just because she was able to create the plan and then she was accountable. So if you're in this company and you haven't ever done a trading like game plan with your mentor, please set that up so you can actually stay accountable, so you know exactly why you're doing it, and you have a strong focus on what needs to be done to move forward. Because this is about psychology. Trading is a very serious game. You guys think it's not a joke. It's a very, very serious game. Set up a personal game plan with the person that brought you in, just to talk about the plan. What is your plan financially? Like everybody should have a compound plan. Go into the daily compound calculator and write in how much you're starting with. And again, guys, listen, you don't want to start with £100. I'm sorry, it doesn't make any sense. You want to start with at least a decent amount of money that you can actually make some money with. I understand, Derek. I've only got £100. Okay, if within reason, cool. If you start with that, then just you got to use small lot sizes. But if you can go for something more, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not going to tell you what to start with. I'm just saying 100 is a bit too small. You want to have some space in the market, and I understand everyone's at different places, but try and even if you start with 100, try and add to it the following month, just so you can have some leeway. Because trading requires breathing room. You want your account to have enough space to move. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not being, I'm not just, I'm telling you this for all of your benefits. Yes, we're doing well. There's another level to get to. We can't just sit here and say, oh, people are making money. No. If we want to impact 1 billion people as a company, we've got a lot of work to do to get to this point. And if we want to have 1,000 active six-figure traders, we've got to level up even more mentally. We've got to set game plans. Even in your own little groups, set up a trading boot camp with your team. Get together with your team once a week, once every 2 weeks, and sit down in a coffee shop, in a hotel, in your home, with your organization, and do a trading game plan. Go through charts, go through trends, go through education. This is what people join. They join to learn a skill set. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I've seen it. Remember, I've been in this game for a decade, so I understand I've seen it all. And what's going to separate us from every other company right now and every other leader is the level of education that we have. You see, the difference between an average organization and an above average organization is the level of competency, the level of competence that organization demonstrates. The reason why, if you've watched the Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance, the reason why Michael Jordan's team was so dominant and they won 6 championships in like 8 years or 9 years is because the players that played for that club, for that basketball team, they were all competent. They knew their roles. They knew their roles and they played it to perfection. And we are easily the most competent team. We just need to keep growing with the education. Okay? Pushing those, getting people to learn the trend lines, learn trading view, learn how to use MT5 effectively, learn how to log into TNT and effectively utilize the platform, utilize the apps, just really get yourself to the point where you are super competent. And here's another thing, guys. If you want to build a strong team, start utilizing social media and talking about the power of Forex. Yes, you're talking about how much you've made within reason, not like, you want to do it in a smart way, but you want to, for example, TikTok. Hey guys, my name is Derek Alexander. Super excited to be speaking to you guys about the power of Forex trading. 2 years ago, I got started, blah, blah, blah. We talk about how much you've made. Let's talk about the power of trading. Talk about the power of being able to make money the same way that the banks make money. All these different things. We want to attract the right type of customer who wants to learn the skill and, of course, make thousands of pounds a day from our signals, of course, and make thousands of pounds a day from utilizing all of the softwares that we're going to be introducing into the company. But also, we want to push the fact that you're going to learn a skill set and you're going to be able to become a student of this game, to be able to make money and become a silver surfer, become a Jermaine, become a Christy Lee, right? To become a Giselle, to become someone that is competent enough to now teach the skill set of trading and of cryptocurrency. It's a phenomenal skill set. And we literally have gold in our hands. Don't take for granted what we have. This is the thing. This is one of the most valuable skill sets in the world because you start with a relatively small amount of money. You have the chance to scale your trading account 2, 3, 4 times. You have a chance to withdraw whenever you want from your broker. You don't have to wait 3, 4 days. You can withdraw within 24 hours. You have your money. You can deposit it into crypto. You can deposit it into your bank account, right? It's phenomenal. It's a genius system. And the trading market, the trading space is going through a lot of changes right now. A lot of changes. Okay? just to give you guys a perspective, that I understand from the management level, a lot of brokers are introducing, or some trading societies are saying you can only trade if you have a license. It's not going to happen until years down the road. But imagine now you have a chance, because people, the government, the society doesn't. They it's a hack. You don't have to have a degree, and you can make 20,000 of. I know traders that are. It's just crazy what they're making. There's no limitations on trading right now. The time may come when that happens. You have to do this. You have to go through. You have to go through education, like legal education, to even become a trader or to even become a retail trader. This is a free. Right now, it's free reign. You can do whatever you want. You can make money. Get down to that website, look at the compound plan, and say, "Can I make 3% a day?" If you make your target for the day, stop trading. Why? I don't understand. If your goal is to make 3% a day, why are I'm not saying any of you are doing that. I don't know. I haven't seen that recently. I'm just saying I've seen it in the past. Oh, Derek, I've made my 3% for the day. Great. Stop trading. Oh, but Derek, another signal came out. Don't worry about that. You've made your money for the day. Be happy. And then the following day, you do it again. Once you've made your target for the day, do not, under any circumstances, trade again. That is the gambling mindset people have to stop doing. This is not Las Vegas. I've been to Vegas 4 times and I've never gambled in my life, and I never will gamble. I just don't like gambling. But that's like gambling. When I was in Vegas, ask my wife, she'll tell you. We walk into the hotel, there's people there all day. You know that casinos, you know the reason why people stay there for so long? They don't have any clocks. You're not allowed to have your phone on you. There's no clocks in the casino, and they pump the casino with oxygen. You know why? They want you to be awake, and they don't want you to know the time. And you just do not teach gambling in this organization. Because I'm telling you, we're not here for a short time, we're here for a long time. We're here to build 5, 10, 15, 20-year residual income. And you don't want to build it to the place where, oh, join today. Yes, I know, listen, I say it sometimes too. You can come in today and you can make money in the first 24 hours, because you can. If you fund your account quickly, the goal is for them to make their money back in their first month. We understand that. But you want to get to the point where you're promoting education, because everyone's results are going to be different. The market may not be your friend today, it may be your friend tomorrow. So put a 7 in the chat if you're going to commit to this process of pushing education. Learn the skill. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not a circus. It's not a casino. Everything that I've done in this life, I have had to become competent. For me to do network marketing for 8 years and have a clean run, 5+ years, me and Katrina, of just pure success, traveling the world. And people think that we just arrived here. No, we learned. There was 3 years of ups and downs before we started earning the big money. But in that 3 years, we learned all of the things that we needed to learn. We went through tough times. I know you listen to these motivational speakers talk about everything's great. No, not everything is great. You have to go through pain. You have to go through ups and downs. You have to go through setbacks. In trading, you will hit stop losses. Stop teaching that everything, you're just going to join the company and there's not going to be any losses. If you teach that, you're going to raise weak people who are going to quit anyways. This is just the reality. I'm just being honest. I don't have these conversations much. You want to give them the realistic perspective on what it really takes to do this. But for you to have that perspective, you have to go through the education. Imagine if we raise another generation of savages. As soon as this call ends, I want to see energies. As a matter of fact, if you're not in the chat and you're not actively, or even if you put emojis or, then why are you in the chat? Are you just a silent agent? What the cat calls it? Secret agents. If you're in the chat, participate in the chat. Be a part of the conversations, because we want you guys to be in the family. We want you to be communicating. That great trade, wow, amazing. Like, all of us, if you've got 500 people in the chat and it's only 50 people talking in the chat, that's a bad ratio. We don't want to have a chat with it. Yes, it's active right now, but trust me, we can get to another level where there's so much value pouring in. Hey guys, one of you, hey guys, here's a little article that I read on Bloomberg about the markets today. Hey guys, here is the Forex factory for the day. Have a look at this. Trade responsibly. Hey guys, it's NFP today. Let me give you an example of what NFP is. Some of you guys can do a video, like, talking about, hey guys, you can drop a voice note. Be creative, because we want to help every person in that chat to become efficient traders, right? That's what our goal is. It's to positively impact the lives of 1 billion people, spiritually, emotionally, financially. This call is probably going to be 2 hours, but it's a special call. So, you guys can go as long as you need to go. But this is what you guys paid for. When you guys join, we said, we're going to educate you, we're going to help you. And this is the mentorship that we give. We actually do what we say we're going to do, which is pour into you guys. This is my 9th call for the day. And I love what I do. I love helping people. I love inspiring you guys to become the best version of yourself. But let's take it up another notch. Yes, everything is going great. Trust me, it's going amazing. But we can tweak it. We can pour more value into the chat. Because I hear some people say, "Oh, Derek, a trade came through like in the group chat. Oh, we hit stop loss." Okay, that's life. Why you? I'm sorry, but let's be honest. That's life. When you hit take profit, are you're happy, right? That's life. But if your whole trading career is based upon if you hit TP or SL, you're in a whole different space to where you need to be. Have you ever seen when Crystal Lee trains, what she always says? She always talks about her process of education. What that woman's been through, she could give more excuses than all of you guys on this call. But she understood the power of education. I'm going to learn the skill, despite all the things she was facing, and now she can go on any call and train anybody about Forex, and she's making money every single day because she learned. She focused on actually going through the academy, and we're gonna add more to it. I spoke to David today. We're gonna add more at the convention. I'm gonna have meetings with the corporate team. We're gonna put things in place to make sure everything's on point. We're gonna have the most powerful platform in the world. We're gonna have softwares, AIs. We're gonna have so much. I'm talking to traders right now, hiring new educators. We're building the infrastructure. So you guys just keep the energy high, but the chat needs to be even more. We want people to come in and say, "Wow, this is the best community I've ever seen." And I promise you guys, we haven't even got started yet. The things that are going to happen, we haven't even got started yet. So psychologically, guys, set yourself a target for what you want to do, what you want to make. Yes, pump those signals. Take as many signals as you can. Once you've made your profit for the day, once you've made your target, that's it. You can relax. And people say, "Well, Derek, if I make my money for the day, what do I do next?" Learn, build the business, recruit somebody, Just really focus on the education. Focus on your psychology, guys. Your mindset is going to attract what you want. Okay? The reason why it's called mindset, skill set, is because the mind is going to be set in a certain way. And you want to get your psychology to a certain level because your mind is going to attract what you want. It's not just the work, it's the mindset, it's your vibration, it's what you're thinking about. Are you saying those trading affirmations? Go on YouTube, type in trading affirmations, speak those affirmations every single day. All the best traders that I know, they speak trading affirmations every day. It's a career, guys. Trading is a career. I'm telling you. Warren Buffett is a trader. He just retired yesterday. He has been making money from the stock market. He owns, I think, what, 70% of Coca-Cola? That man is a big one, probably the most greatest investor we've ever seen. Think about it. It's psychology. It's psychology. Let's get this to another level, you know? Because if you're educated and you're focusing on your education, you're not going to be worried about no little stop loss. It doesn't matter. If you're thinking about stop losses, you're not like your mind. And I get it. I'm not being harsh. So I know we've got new people on this line that are new. Don't be overwhelmed. I'm just being honest. Like really understand. This is more than just hitting a take profit. Silver Surfer, he's gonna continue to make millions because he understands the skill set. You think he worries about a stop loss? No, that's part of the game. What the most important thing is understanding psychologically where you're going, and you match that with the skill set, and that's how you win. That's how you have success. And I promise you, this is the beginning of the next phase of our organization, of what we're going to do moving forward. We can't stay here. We've got to get to the next. Posting results is great, but how about this? How about to the point where we start having physical boot camps? Leaders start doing their own little sessions with their teams, going through the education. Here's Richard Hall's videos. Man, they're raising an army of traders. People go out there now; they can teach the skill. They can go and teach people about this skill set. It's the most amazing skill set in the world, guys. So um, I really pray you guys got value from that. You know, guys, one more thing. Please get a trading journal and start treating it like a real project. Trading journal. Okay, today is the 6th of May. Okay, I done 4 trades today. 1-3, lost one. Okay. XAUUSD, XAGUSD, Euro USD, looking at everything, looking at all the stuff you're doing. When you're looking at your own trades, 3 to 4 confirmations. Okay, okay. That has to hit the RSI here, and then okay, cool. I need to do this. Next confirmation is this, that, whatever. But as you go through the educational videos that are in the chat, right, and the academy, 15 videos, and you're listening to all these great people, you're going to get it. And I know some of you are new, and I know it's a lot. Guys, I remember when I was new, I'm not being in, I understand, trust me. But don't worry about it, because we're here for you. You have a mentor, and we're going to guide you. Let's guys, everyone, I got my journal here. So get a journal. Write down your trades, write down how you feel. If you have an argument with somebody, if you feel upset, don't trade. If you're tired, if you're stressed, don't trade. Be in a comfortable place where you can actually, because your mood will determine how you do in trading. If you lose a trade, don't go back into the market and revenge trade. You're going to lose. And even if you win, you're creating negative habits for yourself. Don't worry, the money will come to you. There's enough money in the world, man. $7 trillion is traded every single day. And you think 100K a month is a lot of money. It's nothing compared to what people are making out there. Whatever you want to make, it's already done. And most of the money that we want to make per month is nowhere near. Like, you want to be a billionaire. Well, you don't even need to be a billionaire, because if you make 100K a month, you're good. You make 500K a month, you're just another planet. You're buying Rolls Royce like Sonny Benz, and you're saying, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be my." What do you say? The box economy. You bought a Rolls Royce, and you said, "Oh, it's my school run car. It's the car that I'm driving for my school run." Come on, man. There's levels for this, guys. There's levels. Don't even worry about the money. The money is gonna come. Just worry about the skill set. Worry about your psychology, and I promise you, everything else will make sense. Okay, everything else will make sense. Psychology, mindset. Get your mind strong. Speak with affirmation. Get that compound calculator and print it out. Print out the compound and follow it. Yes, you might give or take lose some, but just keep that keep that calculator there, keep that the printout. But Derek, how about if I leave this? That's fine. Print it out again, get a new compound, and grow it day by day. Come on, guys, man. Next level, guys. The reason why I'm saying it is because our affirmation is, I'm so happy and grateful now that we have 1,000 figure. Now, if we double the workload, we double the amount of value that's being provided, we grow our team's psychology with trading. I promise you guys, we're going to have the most powerful community the world's ever seen. I promise you guys, it's going to be incredible. I'm so proud of you guys. And this call, I'm at a place of joy because you guys are doing amazing. I don't have any, I have all positive things to say about our organization, about what we're going as a trading community. But there's another level to get to, guys. There's another level. I'm telling you, I can see it. And I say it because I've seen it, I've visualized it. The Holy Spirit has told me exactly what's going to happen, and I have no doubts about it. So, love you guys. I'm going to pass it on to Mr. Silver Surfer. And this call will be a little bit longer than usual, but hey, it is what it is. It's fine, okay? It's no problem. You guys are, don't watch EastEnders. Don't watch Emmerdale. Don't watch TV. Watch. Oh, Champions League is on. I don't even know who's winning. I don't even care, right? Because my team's not playing. My team's playing tomorrow. I think tomorrow or Thursday, right? But listen, Mr. Silver Surfer, I'm going to pass it over to you. He'll be doing training. Then we've got Mr. Jermaine Sniffer coming up after. It will be a little bit long, guys, but be on. For this, the value is unmatched. We're giving the most value in the entire industry, and we're going all the way to the top. So, Mr. Silver Surfer, I appreciate you, bro. God bless. I'm going to pass it over to you.
Thank you so much, bro. Everybody drop some sevens and drop some fires in the chat for it, because, wow, if you ever want to know about having the right mindset, you just had a lot of game right there. So drop some sevens, drop some fire in the chat for Derek. Thank you so much for that, bro. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to, for those of you who have just recently got started, I'm going to basically give you a quick run through on the app, and also show you how to place trades onto your MetaTrader 5 and how to copy and paste it over, where you can find education as well and so forth. So excited, drop a TNT in the chat as I get ready to show you around the app. All right. Now, hopefully you'll be able to see my screen. Here we go. So here you go. So you have your TNT app here. As you scroll down, you can see today's live streams, which we have, for example, Nikki Sutherland, who is starting in just over 5 minutes. You have Richard Hall, aka Pops, aka Market Bully. He's also on there later on today as well. At the bottom, you've got your announcements. Also, now next down, or next tab across at the bottom, you have your tabs at the bottom here. You go across, and here you have your education here. You have your 15 lessons in English. You have it in Spanish. It's due to be coming up soon in French. And also you have Bryce Thompson's Mindset Mastery Course as well. Now, next one across, you have your TNT chat rooms. So you have general announcements, you have TNT TLC, you have NVISIONU Live. As you scroll down, you can click on the chat room and you can type in there. You can see everyone that's been speaking in there. So that just quickly gives you a quick show of the chat rooms there. Now, the one everyone always will go to is the next tab across. And this is where the educational ideas get sent out. Now, as you can see, you got Naomi. She's sent out a trade on CAD/JPY, which is the Canadian dollar and the Japanese yen. All this obviously you'll be learning as you go along. You have Sebastian with gold. You have myself there with silver. And you have Naomi again there. So you can go through all the trades. The most recent trade will always be at the top. And to always make sure you've got the most recent trade at the top, tap and hold on the screen, swipe down, and you can refresh, and the most recent trade will come up. And in here you can see where it says latest trade updates. If you click on there, you can see that Naomi has put, this trade is a market execution. Please enter as a buy. Now, all the educators, including myself, if there's any specific notes on there in particular, it will come up here and it will come up in order. So you can see that this came up 6 hours ago. And same here with Sebastian's. Some educators will actually put the chart markups in there as well. You can see TP1, TP2 hit, TP3 hit with all the markings there. And you can see these green ticks where it says TP1, TP2, TP3. That just shows that the trade has hit that TP. It's done its thing, the trade's complete. Now, what I will do just for an example is, and I will do this with my trade, just while the market's still open as well, before it has a quick pause. I'm going to show you how to copy and paste into your MT5. Now, I will be using a demo account. Obviously, the market's closing just for educational purposes. So I'm going to go to my MetaTrader 5. Now, here you go. That trade that we had was silver. Now, first, I'm just going to go straight to it just to show you. If I wanted to enter this as a market execution.
Sorry, one more thing I wanted to add as well. Sorry, guys. What he's teaching you guys right now, I really believe in the first 24 hours of anyone joining, what Jonathan's teaching you guys right now, this should be taught to every new person on a demo account for them to start copying and pasting alongside watching the education. So thank you for showing this, JT. This is really, it's crucial. So they can get into the flow from the first day, and then they can learning through the education and also learning how to copy and paste. Win-win situation. Thank you, bro.
Anytime, bro, no problem. Well, as you can see, you got new order charts. We want to click on this instance, new order. Now, at the top, you can see here, you got market execution. You tap on it, you got buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop, buy stop limit, sell stop limit. So, excuse me. Now, there are differences. The top trade, market execution, will enter you into the trade straight away wherever the price is at that specific moment. So when it comes to placing a trade, you'll notice you don't see a price to enter. You'll just see where it says stop loss and take profit. Now, say for example, we wanted to do this as a sell stop. We'll tap where it says market execution, go down to sell stop. And you see that the price then comes up. So say, for example, now I'm going to quickly go back onto the TNT app. So for example, now this trade I posted was for a sell. And you can see on the left, the entry price is 33.000. So to be able to copy and paste this trade onto your MetaTrader 5, what you do is literally just tap where it says the entry price, and you see it says position entry copied. Tap OK. Go back to MT5, and then you would literally just paste it in. I think I was a bit too slow for that. Let's go again. Paste. There we go. And then it will be the same for stop loss. So now I'll go back to the app, tap where it says stop loss right there, come back over to where it says stop loss, paste, same for take profit. So go for take profit 1, tap, back over, paste, place, sorry, and there we go. And I know you had seen it flick a solid white, but at the bottom there you will see where it says place. Once that is highlighted, you would then be able to place that pending order. Obviously the market's closed currently, so now the market's closed for a little brief hour, just a little brief break. It will, for commodities, so gold and silver and indices, the market will open back at 11 p.m. UK time. So you just place there. So that will be for a sell limit. And with a sell limit, what you'd be looking for, if we just go back and just go to the charts, we'd ideally want for, I know this looks a bit bamboozling, this is just my little setup on my MT5. When I do my sessions, it is a bit more simplified than this, but you'd want the price to come down to where it was 33.000, which is roughly around where the blue line is there, as you can see in the middle. And then obviously you'd have your TP set there. If you're with me on this, drop a 1 in the chat. Now that's for the sell stop. Obviously, we want the price to go down with the momentum to get to that price to then activate and go to TPs. Now, if we wanted the price to go down, but the price is currently going up on a buy, we go up to where it says market execution, and we click on sell limit. And what you do here is you put a price in. You normally put the price in for where you want the price to go up to then activate on its reversal. So as the price is going up and you know the market's going to reverse, it will get to the price and then just drop. So say, for example, now we set it as 33.500. The stop loss was, just for this purpose, 33.750. And take profit was 32.750, just for example. Now it will come up like this, and you'd expect for the price to go up to 33.500, and on its reversal it would then activate, and as it activates it will then do its thing on its way down, hopefully go for TP. As you can see, the market is closed, as I mentioned. But as you can see, the place is there, so that's how you would place the trade there. If you're with me on that, drop a SL for sell limit. And the same would also count for the buy limits and the buy stops. Obviously, it's just the other way around. Okay, hopefully you're with me on that. Good. Now, obviously, like I mentioned, we can't place the trade now, but as you can see, you saw how simple it was just to place the trade over onto the app. Literally just click on new order, and as I mentioned, market execution enters you straight away in there and then. All the orders that you see on the list are pending orders. So when you hear that the trade hasn't activated yet, just know it is one of those bottom ones there, minus the market execution. Now, I am also, for those who are still setting up your MT5s and you cannot find your currency pairings on the quotes page. Now, I know some of the wordings might be different for you Apple users. I'm not going to go into it today. We've got a lot to go through, so you get lucky this week. So what you want to do is at the top, you can see this plus sign. And you can see all these new folders here. The layout has changed. They have done an update, so this is how it now looks. Now for normal Forex pairings, you can click on Forex Major and it will bring up these other currency pairings. And all the currency pairings you want on or off, you can either tick or untick. Now the ones you tick, they will end up on your quotes list. If you want to remove them for a while, if you're not trading on them, you can just plain and simply untick it and remove it at any point, just like that. Now, for others, you have gold. For your gold, you have silver, you have your oils. You have your cryptos as well. So everything is all there. You just, like I say, go to the quotes page, go to the plus sign, and you have your folders there. As I mentioned, Apple users, yes, I am being kind this week. I did say I'll let you off. I am being kind. You Apple users, the wording might be slightly different, but effectively it's around the same type of layout. And I hope you are all with me on that. Hopefully at some point there will be this call done again where it is done on an Apple phone for your Apple users. But as I said, I've left my Apple in the Garden of Eden a long time ago, so I'm out of touch with that. I just know that you have Safari. Now, if I come back to the TNT app, for those of you who have the travel side, you have the airplane symbol on the next tab over. This brings up your travel portal. And you will see this here. Now mine has worked. I don't know why it's done that. Obviously, I wouldn't be on the app otherwise. But oh, sorry, there is one other thing to mention as well. And unfortunately, you Apple users, you are going to be a bit overjoyed with this. there's a new update coming out again. There's a few updates currently coming for in terms of like say the notifications that come through. For those on Apple, that's currently working. For Android users, the next update should hopefully have the notifications come back. Me and the other educators and the head of education, we've been speaking about this since Friday, and we're going to be speaking about this regular on a weekly basis. So if you do have any issues as such, just know that on a weekly basis, us educators, we are trying to improve this app and make it a better experience for everybody and make this smooth for everybody as well. So excuse me, but as I mentioned, the child portal will be there. There is, I know some of you might have seen as well. Sorry, I've just seen apples, not oranges. As you can see, there is a little plus sign there. Unfortunately, the rest of you won't have that. Unfortunately, that's something that I do have. That's actually for where I place my trades as an educator. Unfortunately, I can't give you any sneak peeks of it. So yeah, you won't. Everybody else won't have that plus sign there, but you'll have the other tabs at the bottom. Now, also, if we go back to the home page, you can see us educators that's on the platform. We're all on here, and we sometimes update stories on there as well. Sometimes it could be trade updates. Sometimes it could be chart markups. Sometimes it could be important things about, like, say, NFP or non-farm payroll, for example. So you can always take a look there. Sometimes you can get your new notifications there. If any new notifications come up, they will all pop up. Let me go back here. And in the top right and corner, you have your profile where you have your basic settings and so forth as well. On the top right, after you see your name go by, yours will say student. Obviously, mine will say otherwise at the moment, as you can see. But it's just to show you where you can find everything on the app as much as possible. Now, just to quickly touch on, obviously, the charts as well, and knowing what all this means on a simplified basis. What I want to do and going to do is bring up another brother of mine from another mother. He is an amazing chart analyst. He by right, he should also be an educator right now as well. I will go on record on saying that as well. His experience and his knowledge that he's got, I know that he is going to fill you up with some gems. So make sure you still have your notepads and pens ready. Jermaine, are you there on the call, bro?
Yes, bro. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, can hear you, bro. Can hear you.
Man, I don't know how to follow on, man. The heat that you guys dropping, man. Jeez. It's gonna be a hard task, but we're gonna give it a try.
I know you will, bro. I know you will. Don't worry.
Nice one, man. Thanks for all the information. Look, guys, before I even start my session, please drop a 777 for Silver Surfer and Mr. Derek Alexander as well. Because, guys, without these two individuals, there'll be a big hole in the system, because we've got an educator on the call first and foremost, and then we've got Derek. His leadership, in my opinion, is somewhat the best I've seen in not only in this company but in the industry. You know, in terms of his integrity and his willingness, his wantingness for us to all actually, earn and learn in NVU. So guys, you know, thanks for dropping those sevens, and I'm going to try and make sure that, you know, I'm not on the call for too long, but I really want to drop some information for you guys in terms of some of the questions that I get personally, whether it's through my DMs or whether it's through the groups, is around the indicators. Okay, around the indicators. So guys, this is where I really need you to let me know that you are understanding the information I'm going to be sharing with you. So if I say drop a number one or drop a I understand or drop something in the group, guys, I don't want to see one or two, because that tells me that you don't fully understand what I'm trying to explain to you in regards to the indicators. I'm going to go through about 4 or 5 different indicators. And these are relatively easy, the easier, most common indicators in the game. I'm not going to go over anything too complex, because I know we've got new beginners on this call, and the last thing I want to do is, you know, lose you through the system in terms of, do I need to know indicators to be able to trade or take a, you know, a signal or whatever the case is. All right. So look, guys, let's get this moving straight away. And I hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. And I'm going to share my screen right now as well. All right, let's go, let's go. And guys, please excuse me if I've been a little bit quiet in the chats lately, especially when it comes to trading. Um, we, when I have this very strange thing, guys. When I'm making good money, I'm normally very quiet. Okay, so you know, don't take it as I'm going anywhere. We just taking those trades, we're taking the signals, and we're doing really well over here. So want to make sure that everyone understands that sometimes when I'm a bit quiet in the groups, it's because the bag is coming, man. The bag is coming. As Derek said, guys, make sure you take this skill as a profession, not as a hobby. This is a profession, not a hobby. Okay, that should be our motto. Trading is a profession, not a hobby. Okay. So let's go. Look, let me share my screen. I'm not sure if I can actually share my screen. If you can allow me to share my screen. I did log off, and obviously I had to log back on due to my internet. If you can just allow me to share my screen. Oh, perfect. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, let's go, guys. Let's get straight into this. Right, so I'm gonna use TradingView. Please let me know when you can see my TradingView. I'm gonna use TradingView to really get into some information here. I'm gonna just use any chart to analyze. And the 4 indicators that I'm going to share with you first and foremost, and I've specifically chosen these indicators because I believe that these indicators anybody can use. Even if you're new, the principles and the simplicity I'm going to share with you right now, you'd be able to grasp it very, 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 very quickly. Plus, as a community, these indicators are probably the indicators that you're going to hear about the most. Okay. Now, I just want to explain something before I even go into indicators. I want to share some of my experience around indicators. Guys, you can have 100 indicators on your screen, okay? You can have 100 indicators on your screen. And I'm going to be straight and honest with you. You could still end up losing the trade, okay? You can still end up losing the trade. Why is that? Because indicators are a follow-on tool, okay? They're a follow-on indication of where the market is about to go, or market is going right now. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is because a lot of people have it reversed. A lot of people believe in an indicator, but they don't understand that there's only really one thing. Okay, you guys make notes of this. I've not been born with this information. I have learned this information from amazing traders. Okay, amazing traders. I've got a couple of guys in Dubai right now, and the money is just different, right? And I'm lucky enough to get a little bit of their time every now and then. And I'm going to tell you this now, the only real thing that matters on the trading chart itself is one thing. is volume, because volume dictates everything. Okay, it dictates everything. It dictates where the price is going to be. It dictates where the liquidity is going to be. It dictates where your stop loss is, whether it's going to get hit or not. It's all about volume. Okay, so your indicator will always lag. Your indicator will always come after the movement. But as retail traders, we don't get to see volume. We don't get to see how much volume Goldman Sachs is pumping into USD today, and how much volume the Great British Pound has risen today. We don't get to see that. So as retail traders, our analytics, sorry, has to come from indicators. Okay. Now, when you start to learn the charts, you start to learn things like price action and how price action works and liquidity zones and all that sort of stuff. Then yes, it makes more sense. But that takes time. If you are new, if you drop to number one in the group, in the chat, when Derek said, if you are new, I need to explain something to you. This is a long journey. Okay, this is a long journey. You're not going to come here for 3 to 4 months, copying a couple of signals and believe that you are the best trader in the world. It's just not how it works. You will get a quick reality check. Okay, you won't get a Forex check or a bank transfer check. You're going to get a reality check. Okay, now with these indicators that I'm going to share with you, these indicators are to be used in confluence with either another indicator or price action, support and resistance. Using them by themselves generally doesn't work long term. Okay, generally doesn't work long term. You've got to use it in confluence with something else. Something else has to be 1, 2, 3 steps that this aligns, and this aligns to give you a high probability trade. And even in those scenarios, you could still end up hitting stop loss. Okay, because the market is going to do what the market does. We ride the wave, we don't create the wave. Okay, the big boys create the wave. What we do, we are, like a surfer. He doesn't sit on the sand and say, do you know what, when the wave comes, then I'll get up and I'll do what I need to do, right? What do you see surfers doing? They're on their board, they're on their belly, on the board, just riding the tide, riding the tide, riding the tide. And then when that big wave comes in, what do? They go on their knees, they jump up, whatever the case is, and you see them riding through the wave. That's what we do as retail traders. Okay, so let's get straight into the indicators. And the first one I want to start off with is the RSI, the relative strength indicator. This indicator basically is a momentum indicator, and it's really good for showing you not only where the trend is, where how popular the trend is. When I say how popular the trend is, I mean if it's very overbought or oversold in terms of its movement, and it's very, very good for divergence as well. So I'm going to put an RSI on this chart. In fact, let me get a clean chart. Let me see what I can clean off. Oh no, we ain't cleaning off that. We make some let me clean off this. All right. So I'm going to remove the drawings. We're going to have a plain chart. Let me remove the alarms as well. I can put all this back, it's not a problem. I'm going to remove all of that as well. Okay, so what we're going to do, if you're new and you've never used TraderView before, you can simply just go up to here where it says indicators. Okay, and you can simply just type in RSI. That's it. It's going to come up. Sorry, it's a relative strength index, not indicator. My apologies. It's going to come up. You're going to just click it, and it's actually going to just open up. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let's see if we've got a plain one. I don't want that one. This one looks a bit confusing for you guys. Let me see if I just got a plain RSI. Boom, 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 boom. This is thing now. All these things are very fancy now. I just want a plain RSI. Let's see if I got one. So, boom, boom, boom. 200% divergence. All right, what we're going to do, all right, we're going to go over this one, but we're going to clean it up a little bit. We're going to take a few things off. I want to make it nice and easy for you guys. Okay. How's that? MA, leave that on, leave that on, leave that on, take that off, take that off, take that off. And the indicators are getting really good these days. Okay, so this is your RSI. Okay, your RSI is a momentum tool, and basically what it's showing you is the momentum of the trade itself. Okay, the momentum of the trade itself. Now there is a couple of things that I need you to write down. There is something on the RSI called overbought and oversold. Okay, this is a retail trader's terminology. Okay, this does not exist in banks and all of this stuff. If you went into a bank and you went into a professional trading floor and you said to the guy, do you know what, that RSI is oversold, he will look at you and say, what the hell are you talking about? Okay, so this is what we use as retail traders. Overbought and oversold doesn't really exist in the financial world, but we use it because we have to have some form of understanding of where the market is going and what the market is doing. Okay, so how does overbought and oversold work? It's very, very simple. Trading is built on averages. Okay, trading is built on averages. It is always more than likely that a trade will always come back to its average. Okay, it will always come back to its average at some point, whether it's 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, it doesn't matter. It will always come back to its average at some point. Okay, so what you have here is that we have here, which is something which is called oversold. I'm gonna just highlight this. Let's go to highlighter. We have something which is called oversold. Okay, so this is overbought, and then we also have something which is going to be called oversold as well. So let me take off that for a sec. Let's go here. I'm going to look for a low point as well. Boom, 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 boom. Let's look for a low point. Oh, here we go, right here. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to try and not move too fast for you guys, okay? So what the market does basically on the RSI is telling us that when there is a potential reversal going to happen, it potentially, guys, I'm going to use the word potentially, could be a very, very good time for us to get into a trade, okay? But as I said, you want to use these sort of indicators with confluence with something else. You don't just want to go and rely on one indicator to get you in and out of trades. Eventually you will lose, okay? Because indicators, as I said, they will lag. They sometimes will give you misdirection, etc., purely because the main thing that is being pumped here is the volume, and that's going to dictate the trade. So how this actually works is that we are looking for anything outside of this dotted line. So you see this dotted line here and this dotted line here. This is between a certain parameter on the RSI. Now, the parameter for the RSI is 100. You have your 50 zone, which is your 50 line, which is halfway. And then what we have quarter zones, which is like a 70 or a 70 and a 30, or even a 25, 75, whichever your preference is. There's no rule to this. It's whatever your preference is. It's very subjective, okay? Now, what the golden rule here with the RSI, if this purple line, so let me just, I'm going to bring this up actually. Let me make this bigger. If this purple line, okay, goes outside of the parameters, which is right here, what we are technically saying that we are looking now for a trend reverse, okay, or a pullback reverse. If you were in a selling position here, it would be a good time to get out of the trade. because now we're potentially looking for a buy position. Okay, so what we can do just to match this up to see if it does give us a buying signal, so we can put a line here. We can put a line here, and we can put a line here. Now, everywhere I put a line, we are now going to bring the chart back and see if the RSI was accurate at the time and told us that there would be a reversal. And if there would, great. If there is, great. Take the trade. If there's not, then that's where you would have lost the trade. Okay, let's get rid of that. So let's bring the chart back. So let's have a look now. Right. So here, the first line for the RSI, the first line here, we would have won a trade, okay? Because we got in here at the bottom of the valley here. We've got in at the bottom of the valley, and then the market moved up. So we would have had some pips. We would have earned some money there, okay? Would we have earned money here? The market did gradually go up as well, okay? Gradually. It would have been a very slow hog because this is a 4-hour chart. Did the market go up here? Yes, the market did go up here if we got into this trade also. Now, did the market come down here on this valley or this peak? Let's just say this peak. Down here is the valley, up here is the peaks, okay? Did the market come down? In fact, let me just see in the chat. I want to see in the chat. I want you guys to engage me right now. If you had taken this particular trade based on what I've just explained to you, would you have won this trade? Would you have won this trade? Let's just see. Would you have won this trade? If you have taken this trade here, which is telling me that we should be selling this market or shorting this market, would you have won this trade? Guys, I need to know. What do you think? It's either going to be yes or no. Okay, no. Correct. We would have not won this trade. And this is why I'm trying to explain to you that the RSI or any indicator cannot be fully relied on, because you would have lost this trade. Okay. Remember, when it's oversold, the market we want to go up. When it's overbought, the market we want to come down. This market did not come down. Okay. It did eventually, but how long would you have been in this trade before you saw some profits? Okay. But as you can see here, the RSI came down, but the market went up. Okay. Now, when you see the market, when you see the RSI coming down, but the market going up, this is something which is called divergence. Okay. Divergence. I know I'm throwing around quite a few technical terms here, but the longer you stay in this industry, you're going to get this work. This information is going to come to you some way or somehow. So this is probably the best time. Okay. This is called divergence. Now, divergence is created where you see an indicator going one way, but you see the chart go in a different way. Okay. So this chart went up, but the indicator came down. Okay. This is called divergence. Now, the good thing with divergence is a very good indication that at some point the market will come down. When is the question? Do you want to be in a trade that is literally trailing you out for like months and months on end in a negative because you wasn't patient enough to see if this trade was going to be the correct trade for you? No, you don't. Okay, no, you don't. Because that's when you're going to start getting desperate. Liquidity is low. You have to top up and on all this sort of crazy stuff, right? So what you want to do is make sure that the trades that you're taking, you have something that is in confluence with it to give you not only one, this is the RSI, not only one indicator, two indicators, three indicators, and then you want to be taking your trade. Okay. So that's diversion. This is the RSI. Now remember, this call is recorded, so you don't have to get all the information right now. You can come back and then gradually just watch step by step. The most important thing here, guys, is that it's not that you just watch what we're doing. or listen to what Derek's saying, or listen to what Silver Surfer's saying. You want to apply. You have to apply. Without applying, knowledge is dead. It's absolutely dead. It's dead work, right? You have to apply. Okay. So that's the RSI. We're going to come off the RSI and we're going to move on to another indicator. The next indicator we're going to move on to is the MACD. Okay, we're going to move on to the MACD. Now, the MACD, once again, is also a momentum indicator. Okay, and this indicator, moving average, convergence, divergence, is an indicator that moves very, very similar to the RSI. Okay, very, very similar to the RSI. Now, the main difference between the RSI and the MACD, one, the MACD has what is called a histogram, which is this colored green and red, dark green, dark red, light red, and so on. But it also moves on different averages as well, okay? But the principles are very much the same. The principles are very much the same. When you see a crossover, like here in the chart, a crossover like here in the chart, and you see maybe a crossover here also, okay? These are good indications that you are now looking for a trend or a pullback within the market. Now, once again, this is also a tool that will lag slightly. Okay, it will lag slightly. So the volume can throw the market one way, but the tool could be showing you something completely different. Okay, so let's say, for instance, we will get into trades that are, I'm just trying to find something that is very accurate here. The market's moving really crazy these days, I'll be honest with you. Let's just see if we can find a crossover. Okay, this is perfect, right? So right here, we have a crossover from the low to the high. This line here, this blue and orange line that you can see, it's crossed what is called the 50 line, where you see, let me see if I can just make some market. What you see along here is the 50 line, okay? So this is the 50 average line. Guys, if you're unmuted, if you can just mute for me. Perfect, right. So that's the 50 line. What you're looking for it to cross from the low through the 50 line upwards. Once it's crossed the 50 line, that's when you should be looking at taking your trade, okay? Now, some people do it a little bit different. Some people will take the trade when the crossover happens, etc., etc. I personally do not recommend that, and I'm going to tell you why. Because that crossover is not telling you when the momentum is about to happen, okay? That's telling you that there is a slight change in direction, but it's not telling you where the momentum is about to happen. Your momentum should be you should be taking a trade around this sort of momentum right here, okay? Where you can see it cross over, the histogram is telling you, yep, we've got momentum here, and now we're taking a trade all the way up. So let's have a look here to see if that does sit well with our trade. And as you can see, it does. We take it through the crossover, which would be right here, okay, right here. And then look what happened. We took it for a buy, and as you can see, the momentum came straight up, and we were able to capitalize on that trade. Now, as you can see, it had a sharp decline as well, okay, but the line did not cross the 50 zone, okay? It did not cross the 50 zone. It stayed above the 50 zone all the way up. So technically, you could have stayed in this trade as long as it did not cross the 50 zone. Now you can see it start to cross the 50 zone. It's going into consolidation. What you're going to generally see, and probably you can mark this down, you can follow this trade. You're probably going to see now a nice decline of this trade like this, okay? To follow the MACD, okay? Or follow the actual what the MACD is showing us in terms of this is going straight and this is coming down, which is another sign of what? Divergence as well. What does MACD stand for? I'm going to put it on the screen for you. There we go. So moving average convergence divergence. Okay. It's a very technical name. I would say write it down, but to keep things generally nice and easy for yourself, just call it the MACD. Okay. One of the things I would really stress to you guys as well, try not to become scientists here. Because the more you become a professor and a scientist, the least amount of money that you're generally going to earn, because you're going to be so encouraged to learn the technicals opposed to just applying about what it is that you know so far. So try to make sure you apply what I'm showing you as well, okay? So let's have a look at another example on the MACD where the crossover happened, okay? So this is another example here, right here, where the crossover happened. So as you can see, let's just bring this out a little bit. The crossover happened right here. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of momentum there as well. So if we bring that to the chart now, would we have won this trade? Guys, if we took this trade based on the MACD, would we have won this trade? Yes or no? Would we have won this trade? Yes or no? Based on the MACD, based on what I've spoken to you about so far, in terms of where to take the trade, momentum happening, and so on, would we have taken this trade? Would we have won this trade? Yes or no? Yes on sell. Perfect. Yes, we would have won this trade because the MACD is crossing for a what? A sell. So therefore, we would have executed a sell, a short in the market, and we could have taken this all the way down, all the way down. Why? Because the MACD stayed with the momentum underneath, and we could have taken it all the way down to here. Okay. Then you can see now it's crossing over here now. Let's put another line. You can see it's crossing over there now. And if we had taken this trade for a buy, would we have won this trade? The answer is yes. Okay, the answer is yes. But then look what happened. We had a very sharp decline that could have been news or something like that. Okay. So that's the MACD. Okay, that's the MACD. Remember, guys, I'm giving you, this is the short versions that I'm giving you. We can go into a lot more information, but I don't want to overkill it. I don't want to overcook it. So this is a short version. This is like an introduction to the indicators. Okay. So that's your MACD. The next one I want to look at is the stochastic. Okay. And then I'm going to name this one the Mac Daddy. Yeah. It will give you some high ratio wins. I'll tell you that now, definitely. So we're gonna add the stochastics now. And then the stochastic. The reason why I'm giving you these particular indicators, not because they are not because I know how to use them, because generally they are quite easy indicators to use because they all work on momentum. Okay, they all work on momentum, and in this industry, if you can get into trades that have momentum, it means that you're going to be in the trade and out the trade very quickly. Okay, but if you get into trades that are just lagging and slow and all that sort of stuff, you know, you're going to be pretty annoyed because to build a trader's mindset, to have that type of patience, you need to be doing this for a little while. Okay. So let's look at the stochastic now. Now, stochastic is a momentum tool as well. Okay. Now it works very similar to the same principles as the MACD and also the RSI as well, which is overbought, oversold, also divergence as well. And something that I really want to stress with you guys, and this is what I got caught up in when I was learning to trade. I'm still learning to trade, but when I was like in my baby infant stages of trading, um, somebody would, Joe would say to me, I'm using the stochastic. Leon would say to me, I'm using the RSI. Derek would say, I'm using the MACD. Silver Surfer will say, I'm using the Bollinger Band. Chris Lee will say, I'm using Fibonacci. And then it's just, what end up happening would be this, guys. You'd end up just putting like 5 or 6, 7 indicators on your screen. And then before you know it, you are so confused. You don't know which one works well with which one. You don't even know this one lagging or this one's doing what. And then before you know it, it just looks like London Underground tube map, right? Everything is just going. There's different colors and you don't even know. You have to zoom in, you have to zoom out, and it's all crazy, right? So what I want to encourage you to do, I want to encourage you to do exactly what Derek told you to do. Go back to the person who introduced you to the business, sit down with them and really come up with a plan and learn these tools one by one. Okay. Don't do stochastic and MACD in the same week. Okay. Because you need some history of how it's worked over a period of time to understand and get it logged in here to know that, you know what, I prefer the stochastic, or I prefer the this, or I prefer that. Okay. Just stuck in my master. So I definitely want to make sure that you guys, you're learning this one by one as you go along, one by one as you go along. Okay. And don't feel that this one strategy or this one thing is going to make you £1 million or $1 million and million lira or whatever it is. Because guys, that's just not the way trading works. Okay. You want to educate yourself, become a robust system yourself. We have robust systems with NVU, but you got to become a robust system yourself as well. Okay. So let's look at the stochastic. And as I said, it works very, very similar. Oversold, overbought. This is your oversold, overbought area. Okay. Anything above this dotted line is your overbought area where we're saying that there is going to be a market change in direction. And then over here is your oversold. Okay. Oversold area down here as well. Let's do a quick test to see how accurate it is. Okay. Let's take the chart off the screen. Let's put some lines on. This is overbought, 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 and overbought. All right, let's see now. Let's get the chart back on and let's see if we had taken these trades, would we have won these trades? Okay, so the first one is here. If we had taken this trade based on the fact that it was overbought, would we have won this trade or not? Would we have won this trade or not? Yes, correct. Because the market did come down, it did retest, and then it dropped down even further. We would have definitely won that trade, okay? Would have got some pips out of that trade. If we had taken this trade, would we have won this trade? I'm going to cut to the chase. Yes, we would have won this trade as well. If we had taken this trade, would we have won this trade? Yes, we would have won this trade as well. If we had taken this trade, would we have won this trade? This is a big trade. Yes, we would have won this trade as well, okay? Would we have won this trade? Yes, we would have won this trade. So as you can see, this indicator is quite reliable, but guys, there are going to be times where you're going to get caught out. So therefore, please do not just rely on one indicator to make you get in or out of a trade, okay? Because there are times that you are going to get caught out, especially if you're coming out from column consolidation as well, all right? Because this is very similar to the others, I'm not going to stick onto this one too long. We're going to move on to the next. The next one I've written down is called the Bollinger Bands. This is something that you're going to hear flying around as well. The Bollinger Band was actually created by a gentleman named Bollinger, believe it or not. After consolidation, the market moves crazy. 100% it does. 100% it does. And that's where you want to make sure that you've got your setups ready to take those types of trades. So Bollinger Bands works very, very similar. Now, the difference is that it's a visual representation on the chart itself, not below in its own separate pane. Okay. Now, the purpose of the Bollinger Band is very, very simple. It is a moving average indicator. It will always want to come back to either the top zone, the bottom zone, or the average. Okay. I know Silver Surfer uses the Bollinger Band quite a bit. And guys, this is very subjective as well because let's say Silver Surfer, his setup, even though he's using the Bollinger Bands, could be different to mine using the Bollinger Bands. We might have different parameters, different settings, because every indicator, which I didn't show you before, which I can show you now, has its own inputs. Okay, so you can change the variation of how you want to trade and how it suits your eye as well. Okay. Because not everything you're going to want to use as the standard settings. You can change the settings to make sure they fit your trading style. A scalper is not going to have the same settings as a swing trader on Bollinger Bands. It's going to be completely different. A swing trader is going to be a little bit looser, a little bit wider, and then the scalper, the settings are going to be tight so they can get in and out of the trades very, very quickly. Okay. Now, how the Bollinger Bands works is very, very simple. Okay. The Bollinger Band is known to hit the chart to hit the top zone, the bottom zone, the top zone, the bottom zone. That's it. It's very, very simple. Outside of that, it's going to be consolidation where the Bollinger Band is squeezing and then it's going to explode out. Okay. So let me just show you an example of this. So what can I use? Let's use the arrow. Okay. As you can see here, Bollinger Band, bottom of the zone. Okay. Bollinger Band, top of the zone. Let's get here. Bollinger Band, top of the zone. Now, there are some golden rules that people do abide by, which is when the chart hits the top or the bottom of the Bollinger Band, they want to see it almost pierce out of the Bollinger Band itself, okay? Because that is a much cleaner indication that there is gonna be a reversal. Like this, for instance, right here, as you can see, the chart came just outside of the Bollinger Band, okay? That's what you want to see, yeah? The chart came outside of the Bollinger Band. That's what you want to see, okay? Let's look for more here. So if we look right here, come on. The chart came outside of the Bollinger Band. That's what you want to see, okay? Now, the thing with the Bollinger Band is this. I personally do not believe that you can use the Bollinger Band by itself, okay? There was traders that I've met in the past that swore by use the Bollinger Band by itself, just a Bollinger Band, just a Bollinger Band. I personally believe you need to use the Bollinger Band with either support resistance, RSI. No, you can't even, not even I do. There you go. We got the educator on the call actually confirming, that you should not be using this by itself, because if you use it by itself, it's almost like a guess to where the chart is going to go. Bollinger Bands need to be used with something. I find that using the Bollinger Bands with support and resistance and trend lines is amazing. Okay. Outside of that, I would not use it by itself. But the principle of it is very, very great. Okay. So once again, here as well, you can see it pierced outside and then it came down. Okay. Here it didn't actually exit the Bollinger Band, so you might have missed this trade. This was a lovely trade. But here, as you can see, it pierced outside the Bollinger Band, getting ready to make its move down. Okay. Went to the average zone, which is the average line. This blue line is the average line. Now, whatever the average is, it will be the average of the previous candles. So if the average is 20, it will be the average of 20 candles previous. Okay. And whatever time zone you're using, that's what will be the average of. It will be the average of 20 candles of the 1 hour or 20 candles of the daily chart. Okay. So that's how you use the Bollinger Band as well. Now, I'm not going to be on this call to give you a setup to tell you which is going to work best with whatever. But one thing I would definitely say to you is if you start to master these 4 indicators, I'm going to keep it to 4 because I want to keep the call quite short. I want to log off on time. If you keep if you learn these 4 indicators as you're going along, I truly believe that at one point in time, it's going to click that you're going to use either this and this together or this and this together, and you're going to get the desired result. Okay. You're going to get the desired result. Now, this doesn't take away anything that, the education guys are teaching you, or, what Silver Service teaching or whoever's teaching you doesn't take anything away from that. But guys, one thing I would definitely say, you need to apply. Okay. You might even be looking at this screen right now going, do you know what? I ain't got a clue what Jay's talking about. He's just talking about some indicators. I'm brand new. I don't know. You're only going to learn this industry if you apply. Okay. You have to make mistakes. You have to learn what happens when it goes wrong to understand what happens when it goes right. This is like swimming, okay? Nobody learned how to swim outside of the water, okay? So you have to do something. You have to learn. You have to submerge yourself into what it is we've got going on here. One of the things that Derek said is, we're going to set up some more live trading classes, and we'll pick a topic and we'll go deep into that topic, and that's something that I think is a very, very good idea, because at the end of the day, some part of why you're failing in trading is fear. Is fear. It's like I don't want to take this trade because I could lose £50 or I could lose £100. That's fear. Okay. Now, the opposite side of that fear now is greed, where somebody's saying, "Do you know what? Silver Surfer sent out a trade and they're in the trade 5 times." Like, guys, really? And you're over leveraging on your own account as well. This sort of stuff for me, I'll tell you this now. I've been there and I've done it, and I would really encourage you to stop it, because your journey is very short-lived when you do that. You're going to end up blowing accounts because all that has to happen is that one trade doesn't go your way, doesn't go your direction, and you're on the phone to Silver Surfer saying, "Oh, yeah, I hit stop loss, and I hit this and I hit that." I told him he was very polite the other morning when he was actually talking about, you know what, if you hit stop loss, don't call me to tell me that you hit stop loss, because I also hit stop loss. So guys, please take this journey very, very serious. This is a profession. Okay, this is a profession. It's not a hobby. Make sure you're taking 1 or 2 trades maximum. When you hit your target, just like Derek said, when you hit your target, stop trading. Tomorrow's another day. Guys, I hit my target today at 2 o'clock. 2 p.m. I hit my target. And that was it. Trading's finished. I went home, I almost fell asleep. I was a little bit fatigued. I was like, you know what I mean? There's nothing really. I was like twiddling my. I wanna jump on as well. I love trading. I want to jump on as well, but I hit my target and I said, that's it, guys. That's it. Tomorrow's another day. Yeah. So please take the same stance as well. Take the same approach, and that's how we're gonna win long term, not short term. Guys, look, just before we log off, I actually want to just play a very, very short video for you, if you don't mind. Okay, it's just like a couple of minutes, if that. Okay, and I really want you to listen to this video. I really want you to listen to this video. It's an animation. Let me just find it. 1 second. Boom, 1 sec. Let me see if this is gonna load up.
People who grew up.
All right, cool. Okay, let me share my screen again. Right, so you should see my screen. So guys,
People
look.
who grew up protected get a head start. They build careers, relationships, and stability early because they didn't have to spend their energy just surviving. When you've had to protect yourself from chaos, trauma, or instability, you build your life later. Your 20s might be spent healing what others never experienced. Your 30s might be when you finally feel safe enough to pursue what matters. But here's the truth. What you build will have stronger foundations. The insights you've gained through struggle give you depth others don't have. Your boundaries are clearer. Your values are tested. Your resilience is proven. You're not falling behind. You're not missing out. Your timeline looks different because your starting point was different. The people who had to heal before they could build aren't late. They're right on time for their own journey.
So guys, I wanted to play that video for you because I want you to understand that your trading journey is a little bit different to everybody else's. Okay. I might get it in 3 months, you might get it in 6 months, somebody might get it in 10 years. Appreciate the time that you have to learn this skill today. Okay. Your trading journey is going to be different to somebody else's. Don't pick yourself off. You might see us posted in the groups and all that sort of stuff. That stuff's great. but don't ever look at what's been posted in the groups and say, do you know what? Why am I not capable to do that? It's just sometimes that your journey is a little bit different to somebody else's. Now, one thing we are in control of is our own efforts. We are in control of our own efforts, but sometimes you're not in control of your destiny. Okay. So you need to make sure that you are just putting your best foot forward, and that's all that's required of you. Okay. Don't look at it and go, oh, just because that person is a double diamond, I have to be a double diamond today. That's not how it works. You let it encourage you, let it fuel you, yes, to make sure that you are now pushing forward as well. Great. But don't ever get down because you're not where you want to be right now, because your journey is your journey. Okay. So I want to leave off with that. And guys, look, I really appreciate you for staying on this call for this length of time. I know it's been a slightly longer call, but we need this. We need this. We need this information. We need to apply, and we need to get better at this trading journey, because that's what's going to give us the foundation that we need for the 100, the 200, the 3,000, the 1,000, whatever number of people that we want to hit in this community. That's going to give us the foundation. So guys, I thank you so much for being on this call. We're going to drop the recording very, very soon. It'll be on YouTube anyway. Derek will put it on YouTube. And I look forward to spending some time with you all. Take care, guys. Speak to you soon.
People who grew up protected get a head start. They build careers, relationships, and stability early because they didn't have to spend their energy just surviving. When you've had to protect yourself from chaos, trauma, or instability, you build your life later. Your 20s might be spent healing what others never experienced. Your 30s might be when you finally feel safe enough to pursue what matters. But here's the truth. What you build will have stronger foundations. The insights you've gained through struggle give you depth others don't have. Your boundaries are clearer. Your values are tested. Your resilience is proven. You're not falling behind. You're not missing out. Your timeline looks different because your starting point was different. The people who had to heal before they could build aren't late. They're right on time for their own journey.